Welcome back, folks. I'm hoping to make a longer video today instead of just doing a short. I've got my hat on, my Marine Corps hat, the 250-year celebration of the Marine Corps. And in the last video short, it was really windy outside and my hair was all over the place. I hadn't gotten a haircut in a while, so it looked terrible, I know. So I've worn a hat today. Hopefully it'll pass muster with everybody that views the video. Anyway, the video that I plan to do today, which I hope will be an interesting journey, is some of the projects that I have kind of in my eyes of doing. Hopefully it will be interesting, that everybody will enjoy following along the journey. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and walk the property. I'm going to show you a few things that I've kind of put on my top 5 to top 10 list. Some of them won't happen immediately. Some will be tabled and will be in future projects. But I'm hoping that you guys will find it interesting to, as they say, like, subscribe, and share, because I would definitely love to have a lot of people, follow me on the journey on moving to this new property here in Kentucky. I'm truly blessed. I'm humble, and I hope to entertain. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and walk around and show you some things that I've got kind of laid out for projects to do in the coming months. Take care, folks. So the first location that I'm considering doing a project is kind of an entry gate. This is the main road that's out in front of the property. And we don't get a lot of heavy traffic, but there's a fair amount that comes by the property. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and come in about at least 15-20 feet from the road, and then on either side of the driveway construct kind of like a concrete block type entry pylon, I guess, if the entry posts. then put the the red brick around the outside of the concrete block, and then put electric there, and also lighting, an entry gate, type access, and then over the span above the driveway, I want to go ahead and do a wrought iron type decorative display of the name of the property, which from this point forward is going to be called Hollyberry Farms. And so I have recently purchased a 3-in-1 MIG, TIG, and stick welding unit, and I also just received yesterday a plasma machine. So I plan to construct the gates from drawings that I'll put together, and then construct it in my shop, and then step by step make it so it's a nice entry into the property. So that's one of the projects. I don't know if that'll be one of the first ones, but it's it's one on my list. So I'm moving on to another place. Okay, so we're now at the front left of the property, in an area that the previous owners had dug a pond, a small pond, and they created a dam out of earth. And what they've ended up doing is they kind of threw a lot of their old concrete and driveway material to create kind of a dam area. And I'm gonna kind of walk around the project here, the pond. I've kind of got an idea. If you guys have some suggestions, I'm all ears. I'm probably going to be backfilling, covering all the area that you're looking at right now with fill dirt, so that I can make a really nice, good dam mound area, and then plant some grass. Right now it's very difficult to walk on the makeshift dam area. I'm removing some of the smaller trees, but leaving the larger trees in place. During the summertime, they were really nice and green, and it looked really, cool over here. So I don't plan to take out a lot of trees. I just want to go ahead and clean it up a little bit so that it looks much more presentable. So we're going to go ahead and move around the pond, and I'll do some other views of the full pond area. Okay, so this is the front of the pond area that faces towards the road, and as you can see, there's a lot of old, tree growth, some pine trees that are too close to the water's edge. I'll probably take those out so that I can open up the pond area. There's a little area that could be excavated a little bit larger to make the pond a little bit wider, so I'll probably end up thinking about doing that as well. But this is just one side of it. I'll probably take out the cattails. I've been watching some videos, and they said you really want to have, your pond free of cattails. They kind of, take over the pond, really easy. So we're going to move around to the other side of the area. Okay, we've moved around to another area on the other side of the small pond. This area right here looks like it was attempted to be dug out, but then they stopped. I plan to excavate more towards the shoreline here of where the grass is at. But what I plan to do over here, and this is something that I've thought about would be pretty cool, is to go from the actual area of the grassy area and build out a little gazebo kind of decking that I can put out here, and as I bring the water line back towards the grass area, the water would be underneath the little gazebo. And it might be this pond might turn into like a koi pond. It's not that huge. You can't really have a lot of fish. It's not a fishing pond. So, but I'd like to make it somewhere you can come out here and relax and see the fish swim around. It's kind of like, my vision. So if you have any comments, any suggestions, please comment in the comment section, and I read everything. So we're going to move around and see what another view of this small pond. Okay, so we're now on, I guess you consider the back side of the pond. You can see the house in front there, in front of the pond. You can see also that I've kind of started cutting down some of the growth, the small trees and bushes that are around the edge of the pond. So I'm hoping to open this up, as I said, and make it so that as you're on this side, this is kind of where the entry of the gazebo might be, and it would put you out over the water. I don't even really know how deep this small pond is. I'm gonna have to walk out there and measure the depth, but I think this is a good location to go out from the shoreline into the pond area. Okay, this is going to be the last view of around the pond. As you can see, this is part of the dam area. The elevation of the property slopes into the pond, and then the dam area is what's keeping the water inside the pond. So there's a lot of brick, a lot of old driveway material that the previous owners just kind of threw over here. So that's all going to be covered up. Put some good fill dirt and then grow some grass so that you can mow it and then walk up it, the dam if you wanted to. So this is kind of one of the projects that I plan on doing. So let's move on to another area, another project. Okay, so we're kind of like looking at one section of the property that has a forest area, a lot of trees. My plan is to basically cut down all the small, juvenile trees that are choking the area up. I want to open it up. I want to go ahead and rake the floor of the forest area here, and just make it so that you can walk around more of the property, make it more accessible. Have some little trails that the family can walk on and enjoy the area, instead of just having it just be completely overgrown. I'm going to kind of do this same type of approach on a lot of different areas in the property. So it's kind of going to be a common theme. Okay, so we're down near the gully, just up on the one side of the bank. As you can see, we have a little bit of water that's collecting there. It's kind of rained over the past couple of days and weeks, and so it's not a constant flowing gully, creek, if that's what they call it around here, but it's an area where the water would flow down to a lower elevation off behind the property. So let me show you kind of what I've got to do. The previous owners of the property, when they were clearing the property, they just kind of brought all the brush and old trees, and they kind of just piled them up here on this side of the ravine, gully, creek, and I need to go ahead and get an excavator in here and get this all pulled out, have it whipped into shape. There's fallen trees that fall over the gully area. I'll have to get those pulled out. I want to put riprap rock, but I know that's going to be a lot. I might have to just kind of pick certain areas where to shore up the two sides of the bank. I'd like to put a bridge across the little creek area so that I could ride an ATV or a golf cart or something like that up into the other section of the property. It's really hard to get to right now, but I'd like to have that put on as a project. This is a prime example of a tree felled. They just kind of pushed it out there, just went ahead and just piled up, cut trees, fallen trees, just decided to just throw it back into the forest and let it all, decompose. But that takes a long time, and I really want to get this property looking really nice. Okay, so the creek goes down farther into the property. As I said, it's like 300-400 yards more going down the backside of the property. As you can see, that we're in another section where we've got some good, medium-sized trees. A lot of stuff on the forest floor that I need to go ahead and, get a root rake, get a little tractor. That's one of the purchases that I'm going to be doing here shortly, is get an old farm tractor that I can drive around and have a root rake behind and kind of clean up the ground, get all the sticks and stumps. I got a lot of stumps I'm gonna have to go ahead and probably grind down or pull out. I don't know which one I'm gonna do, but you can see some of the evergreens that are here on the back side of the property. But a lot of these are all the trees that will lose their leaves during the winter time and then come back during springtime. Some really nice canopy and everything like that just kind of goes back into the little forest that we've got on the property. Hi folks. Well, apparently YouTube wouldn't let me upload the complete 34-minute video. Apparently I'm limited to 15 minutes until I build up enough video downloads. So this will be the end of part 1, and we'll get ready to do part 2. So hope you stick with it and enjoy the second half. We'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.